You got to try to get the right angle, right, for the sun. But basically, my name is Craig Lewis. I'm just going to, right now I'm at Nombre de Dios, which is Place of God, the name of God, here in Panama. It's a beautiful beach. I come here often picking up sea glass and getting some thoughts. I make the odd video, but I never post them. But that's going to change today, January 1st, 2024. So I'm going to walk the beach and explain a bit about myself, about some things I'm developing, want to develop, want to create, projects that's going to benefit humanity and the world going forward. And this message is going out to those individuals that can sense, feel, understand, need to basically assist me and us in creating a better world. So hopefully this message reaches you and you make contact with me and help in any way that you can. So first of all, I guess my name is Craig Lewis, originally from Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada. I'm currently here in Panama working on a project with ocean builders, building sea pods or homes for the ocean. So part of being here and learning and providing knowledge is developing these other projects that I've been working on for years. But a little bit, I guess, about my history. I was born in Newfoundland, Labrador. I was raised there until I was 10 years old. And then ended up moving to British Columbia and spent 6 years out there. I was a beaver and scouts, to be honest. So, and then ended up moving back to Newfoundland and I guess going to high school. I was in Sea Cadets. And then after completing grade 12, I didn't actually graduate from high school. But ended up joining the Navy. Became a naval weapons technician, basically in charge of the missiles, guns, torpedoes, anti-countermeasures, harpoon missiles, Sea Sparrow missiles. So we were in charge of basically understanding how they worked, how they maintain them, and how to actually use them. Fortunately, I didn't have to use those weapons to kill anybody, but the experience of being in the Navy, discipline, order, seeing the world, traveling, gaining experience and knowledge is probably beyond anything that I would have got if I had to go to university, college, getting a trade. So after 10 years of service, 6 in the Canadian Navy, 4 in the Australian Navy, I decided to branch out on my own because I figured I could do more. And after that, I ended up going to learning about ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, working in the offshore oil industry. And then did that for 10 years. Created a business called Sap World where we tap first trees to collect sap for making wine. And then eventually it was to make beverages. But that went to the wayside. Internal conflict with shareholders, investors, board members, etc. So I pushed forward and started up basically a jack of trades home renovation company. Worked out for a few years. And then I, along the way, developed that I could get mineral leases. And I was able to capture mineral leases that belonged to part of one of the world's largest copper mines Till Cove, Newfoundland, Labrador, where approximately 5 to 6 million tons of tailings was dumped into the ocean. And then I'm able to clean up that, extract potentially between 100 million and 500 million in assets, copper, gold, cobalt, zinc, and other minerals that we can utilize. And also on that pathway, I discovered graphite and graphene, and I was able to capture mineral releases from that. So that's potentially North America's largest graphite deposit of 100 million metric tons. And the idea concept is that we create North America's largest graphite mines, graphene manufacturing processing facilities, so that we can make our own products and use them to build the future. Because we're out of the age of oil, we need to stop burning it. But it means that we can still use it, but just in a different form. And by mixing it or using its plastics to create supercomposites by adding graphene into it, we are creating the building blocks for tomorrow. And now we're into the age of graphene. I called that a couple years ago when the world decided to stop burning oil. So now we're into the age of graphene, and we're going to show you how we're going to do that. So those are two projects, but they take a lot of money, it takes teams, so we need to build investors and teams so that we can accomplish those goals. Also at the same time, I'm looking at creating a game app that basically that will allow everybody to have access to an online game called Chase the Ace. You don't have to travel to an actual location to play the game. So by setting up this game app, we're able then to raise the money that we require. And we don't need a lot to start. Basically what I'm asking for 2024 is $120,000 based on $10,000 a month. That's going to get me established, and it's going to get the ball rolling. And basically what we're going to do by the end of 2024, we will have the status of the tailings pile and the reserves that it holds. And if we can prove that we have, by doing sample analysis and bulk samples, that we have potentially 100 million plus in value in it, then we can go after it and set it up with a full mining operation, dredging operation to recover these precious metals. And then basically from that investment goes towards building up the graphite mines. And again, we start there with opening up a quarry. Start small, grow big. If we will be able to open up a quarry, and once that quarry is open, we're able to bring in sea containers that can basically process between 1 to 12 ton a day of graphene at a value of $60,000 a ton. So a small operation create high value, and then that will prove that we can produce graphene on a small scale, and then we can scale it up to large scale by opening up North America's largest deposit. So those are the things that I'm working on. So what we need to do is establish an investor that sees the vision, understands the potential. Kids can understand the potential, and then we can move forward on this project. So right now I'm going to focus on getting that first investor to come on board, and then we're going to move forward with the project extremely fast. I'm an individual that once I get going, I want to do things fast. When I started up the wine company, I had our wine on the shelves within a year and a half because I pushed my way forward, didn't take no for an answer, and I looked for solutions to resolve the issues that were before me so that we could do it. That comes down to basically networking, explaining, showing the vision, and then being able to have people see that, and then we move forward together. That wine is still selling today. It's now being sold in Newfoundland, Labrador, and in the Ontario Liquor Board, LCBO, called Lady of the Wines, Birch Sap wine. Lady of the Woods, Birch Sap wine. So, yeah, so a little bit of a history about myself, what we're going to be doing, and what we're looking for. So if you connect with this at all, drop me a message, DM me, share it with others, and follow along as we create this vision together. God bless.